Most hotels are stuck in the past. Generic guest experience, overwhelmed staff, and overall no idea how to scale. So I built something completely different. Listen, everyone knows ChatGPT can help you write an email, but we're way past that already. AI workflows are something even more advanced, integrating AI into complex systems, but everyone kind of knows this as well by now. Above that is AI agents. AI agents are able to access multiple tools and listen to the customer requests in context, allowing them to make decisions and accomplish complex tasks by themselves. But above all of that is AI infrastructure. A fully architected build, something that goes from AI concierges to front desks to staff training to marketing, all talking to each other in real time and coordinated by one brain running the entire guest experience. What I'm about to show you in this video is a before and after. A hotel completely chaotic, very reactive, transformed with AI all the way to a very futuristic, automated and self-driven hotel, which doesn't only save costs but also reduces staff and overall has a way better guest experience. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the entire transformation and give you the blueprint on how to actually implement this in your own hotel. I'll show you from a very high level view what goes into building an infrastructure like this and provide you with all the resources you need to actually build one of these yourself. Let's get into it. We have a few components to this. So as you can see, these boxes here, each one of those is an AI agent. And on this one up here, we actually have 3 agents in one area. The marketing is down here. It's only a very small box, might seem insignificant, but it's actually something you can fix very, very easily. So stick around, I'll show you how to do this in the end. If you want to find examples and links on how to build each one of these agents, I'll provide links in the description. And today I'm just going to focus on the entire workflows and how they actually work together to establish a complete AI infrastructure for a hotel. Let's start with the receptionist. So instead of having to answer calls manually, they've got an AI with a human-like voice answering their phone calls 24/7. And the cool thing is it can answer up to 10 phone calls at a time, literally around the clock. So they didn't miss any phone calls anymore and customers didn't have to wait in line. When the call began, first of all, the AI could answer questions based on a knowledge base, and then it could decide. This is where AI agents come in. They can decide, they have different tools, and they can decide which tools to use to complete the customer's request. So for example, cancel, or change reservation, or making a new booking. And everything is integrated with the existing calendars and booking softwares. Of course, this can be escalated to a human agent at any point, and you'll notice this recorded down here. This is actually something that we'll use in a moment when I explain how these agents work together in the infrastructure. The AI concierge is another very, very interesting approach to AI. So basically, every guest has a QR code in their room. When this QR code is scanned, it calls a phone number, which is basically the AI assistant. And what happens before the call actually connects is that based on the number that's called, the AI filters through the database of the hotel. So it identifies the phone number and realizes, oh, okay, this is Liam calling. Liam at the moment has this booking, which means he's in this room. And these were actually his past experiences. So before the call even connects, the AI, the concierge and butler AI knows everything. So when the call connects, you can ask any questions and it's a personalized experience. For example, you could just ask, where's my remote? And because it already knows in what room you are, it can tell you exactly the remote is on the coffee table, for example. And to go a step further, you can of course add the arms and legs again, the tools. In this case, I just gave it a spa function so that it can check for availability and book spa treatments. It can arrange shuttle services and also order room service very easily. And the cool thing is, it is such a smooth experience. If you want room service, you just have to say, I want a glass of coconut water at 12 o'clock. And the AI already knows who you are and in which room you are, which means when it sends the request to the staff, it can just say, Liam wants coconut water at 12 o'clock, please bring it to room 106. It's the most seamless experience you could possibly have. Next is the staff training and onboarding. These are 3 AI agents. This is an agent, this is an agent, and that is an agent. First of all, we have one for onboarding. So when a new employee registers, they get a welcome text. And this can be, for example, over WhatsApp or Slack or Messenger or whatever communication platform you prefer. And it's just a really easy way, and it'll seem like you're talking to a human the whole time. First of all, what it does is it sends an onboarding checklist, for example. And then the human can, the new staff can just check off this checklist, which is fantastic. But it doesn't stop here because the AI can actually see what they've checked. And we've given it time slots to check back in. So, for example, you can pre-program that the new staff member should have half the list completed in the first day, for example. And then you give the AI regular check-in intervals to check if it's completed. And if the new staff member is falling behind, then you can send them a reminder text and answer any questions based on a knowledge base to help them through the onboarding process. Once the onboarding process is completed, it automatically transitions to the second agent. And this basically is an AI companion. So it has a list of SOPs and processes and Q&As and all the information that was compiled over the years. So instead of having to ask a manager every time a new staff member has a question, they have a little companion to ask first. And it's first of all faster for them, and the managers don't have to spend time just working through these repetitive questions. And the new staff members, they feel like there's someone always there for them. They're not afraid to make decisions by themselves because they have someone to ask and confide in. And it's overall just a better experience for the customer. It's a better experience for your new staff, and the managers don't spend time answering repetitive questions. Now, one thing that's extracted from this is, of course, which questions get asked. And from there, you can generate HR reports, for example, to find out which questions are the most frequent ones and what's something that the hotel should focus on in the onboarding process, for example. The third agent is ongoing training. So this is something that runs in parallel with the AI companion. And the ongoing training is basically, it's personalized training for each staff member. So instead of having to sit through the same seminars, lecturing you on SOPs and things that you already know you're doing right, this AI actually knows what you've done wrong and can tailor the training to what you need most. Now, this is based on current events, maybe management decisions, industry trends, but also customer feedback and personnel analysis. Now, where do we get these two from? This is where we'll start to talk about the actual infrastructure and how these agents communicate with each other. This is where it starts to get very interesting. Based on all the onboarding and the questions asked and the Q&A analysis, this all goes into the personnel analysis. The Q&A analysis also goes back to this agent, into the onboarding process and into the knowledge base, updating it live with the most questions asked, finding the gaps, closing them, and making sure that the onboarding process is the best. What's also great is you can get more personnel analysis from the recorded calls. If there's, for example, a question that the AI agent can't handle, it's sent to a human agent, and this human agent conversation is recorded. And then from there, this gets sent into the personnel analysis. And then, for example, if you notice that one specific staff member is always struggling with price objections, in the weekly training report or training checklist, or you can even make it a video, make it your own, for example, you could address these price objections. So it's tailored to what the people need most, which means that they'll actually use it, and interact with it because it's something that they get value from. One other thing that's great is getting info from the AI concierge. Because usually if you ask your guests to fill out like a little form, how satisfied were you with the experience? What was the thing you liked most? Maybe half of them do it if you're lucky. But with this is an AI which they regularly talk to. This is someone who knows all about them, has all the information saved, all their conversations recorded, and based on that, you can get customer information. You can see what people are actually liking, and you can filter that into customer feedback. So for example, if you're noticing that customers in room 205 always have a problem with the AC, that can go into the weekly training and checklists telling, for example, one staff member to check if the heating is, if the air conditioner is broken, for example. Next, what you can do is with all of this information of the customer is you can draft personalized marketing and upsell emails. So instead of just selling the same offer to everyone, you can actually send emails that are personalized because the AI, once again, it knows you can look at the entire booking history. You can look at the preferences, maybe the questions that were asked while they were there. Maybe it remembers that they loved coconut water and that they always ordered a massage at 12 o'clock. And that can all be sent in a personalized email. That means that the conversion rate is just so much higher. Everything is personalized. The guest experience is through the roof. And the coolest thing is that all of these agents, as you can see now, they're all interconnected, they're all intertwined. And even from the conversations of making a new booking, this can already send in information to the concierge to, for example, pre-order a spa, because the AI might remember their past bookings while the new customer is making a reservation and automatically suggest if we should have certain things ready upon arrival. This is someone who knows everything at any time and runs the entire hotel on autopilot. Alright, so I hope I was able to provide some value in these past few minutes. Make sure to drop a comment if you hadn't heard about AI infrastructures yet, and let me know where you think this is headed in the future. You might now realize that it's not just enough to use ChatGPT for single tasks or automate singular workflows or even have an agent that handles one branch. I think you should have multiple agents that are able to talk to each other, because the data overlap is huge and the potential, as you can see, is massive for saving time, increasing your staff productivity, and also making a better guest experience overall. If you're wondering if this kind of AI infrastructure would be right for your business, then make sure to check out the first link in the description. We're offering free AI consultation calls for the next 30 days and would love to talk to you and see how we can help you out. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you in the next one.